it be possible for AI to take away the jobs of doctors before it takes away the jobs of nurses? I don't know. That is the feeling I get when I start reading about all the AI related inventions, right? I feel like it would be easier for AI to take away a doctor's job than it would be for AI to take away a nurse's job, not to talk of a CNA's job.
You got the power, you got the strength. All you need is a will, this is the knowledge you got to learn. Because it is real. You can be anything, you can be anything. You can be anything, oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Hello there. Happy Tuesday and welcome to You Can Be Anything podcast. Today's talk, okay? And hello to all of you who are So Babes lovers. I appreciate you all and for all what you come around here, your comments, your interaction, your follow. I just want to let you know that I appreciate every little bit of it. So today I want us to talk a little bit about hands-on skills, right? One of the things I come on social media in general to do is to encourage people to learn skills. I talk about reskilling, learning a new skill based on your environment. I talk about upskilling and all of these things. There is a little bit of a misconception that I'd love to clear today. When I talk about learning skills, I do not necessarily mean I want you to go learn tech skills. Yes, I highlight tech skills because that is where I have experience. That is the skill, that is the space in which I reskilled from academia into the technology space. So sometimes it's easier to talk about it because that is my experience. You know, it's easier to talk about something that you've gone through than other things. So that's why most of the times you hear me making references to technology, right? Learning a new skill in the tech space. And it is cool, it is fine. But today, I want to emphasize the importance of hands-on skills. And how best can I describe this? By hands-on skills, I'm talking about skills like plumbing, skills like painting, skills like hair braiding, skills like cooking, skills like building, the things that we get to do with our hands that AI cannot do. Okay? We all understand that there is this whole buzz around AI. AI is amazing. The biggest message that I personally take from this whole movement, this whole AI taking over, is the ability to learn how to use AI in what you're doing. Unfortunately, it is a fact that with how fast AI is coming, how fast this thing is being refined to do the things that it can do, there is a big risk that so many jobs are going to go out of the market. That is a fact. Sometimes it's scary to even say it, especially if we consider the number of people that are in these roles today. So many people have already lost their jobs because companies figured out how they could use AI to do some of those repetitive tasks that we do at work. Okay, so it is a scary thing to talk about. It feels like, no, please, let's not talk about that. But I want to guarantee you that it is our reality. It is something that we have to talk about it. We have to prepare for it. Okay? And just to dwell a little bit more on this, let's talk about the whole idea of you wanting to learn a new skill. Let's assume that you already have a skill even. What is this skill that you have learned? Give me a second. What is this skill that you have learned? Maybe, for example, when I transition, is it transition or when I upskill, when I reskilled, I learned Salesforce, right? Today, I still work with Salesforce. It is good. It has its own parts of AI. Will AI be able to take over the job I do today as a Salesforce consultant or Salesforce architect? I cannot swear by it, right? Of course, AI would take over those things that we do repetitively. AI will not take away the human part of what we do. AI is not human. That's something that I still need to be convinced about. So when we have conversations around AI, one thing that happens is we speak and in like 6 months from today, maybe I'm going to sound differently the way I talk about AI and hands-on skills. But today, I don't want to dwell too much on AI. I want to dwell a lot more on the fact that our hands-on skills, especially those of you who already have these skills, please do not downplay your skills. And to those of you who do not have anything that you get to do with your hands, if you have the opportunity, learn it on the side. Let it be your side gig. It is very therapeutic to even be able to do stuff with your hands. You get it? So it's important because you'll hear the say, the truth is that you can use AI to fix your broken sink at home. You can use AI to look at different hairstyles and hey, AI, can you show me some hairstyles that you can? AI can do those things, but AI will not come and braid that hair. AI will not come and go underneath your kitchen counter to fix your plumbing issues. That is a fact. And so I want to encourage the people who are in, and sometimes we even forget to acknowledge the fact that these people, these handy people, these people make a shit ton of money, right? And let me talk a little bit about my community. Sometimes it is rare, it will be hard for you to find people who have plumbing experiences back home, electrical experiences back home. They go to other countries, they go to the diaspora anywhere in the world, and sometimes they throw those skills aside, forgetting to know that you see that thing that you rather do, whether you rather go be a security person or you would rather go, again, if you have a heart for healthcare, you get into healthcare. It is amazing, right? These are different ways of serving. But I want you to understand that you see the hands-on skill, those handy things that you do. I don't know if it is ignorance. If it's that people do not know, or is that it's hard to break through the industry, the whole handy industry, I'm not sure. But it is not a very common place where you see our people. But I want to guarantee you people that that place has money. And you see that skill that you have, whether it's electrical, whether you're a builder, whether you're a carpenter, you know how to work with wood, you know how to paint houses. You see those skills that you know, that you're just shoving them in your pocket. That is going to be your superpower, especially during this time of AI outbursts. Please hold those skills jealously. And if you're somebody who doesn't have any of those skills, I want to encourage you to pick something and learn. In as much as I encourage you to, hey, go learn a skill, go learn AWS, go learn Salesforce, cybersecurity, all the technology related stuff. In nursing is also another good field. Why? Because AI will not come and take care of that patient, right? If you ask me personally, and please, if you disagree with this, respectfully, let's talk about it. You see how in the medical field, just based on what I have read, it might be possible for AI to take away the jobs of doctors before it takes away the jobs of nurses. I don't know. That is the feeling I get when I start reading about all the AI-related inventions, right? I feel like it would be easier for AI to take away a doctor's job than it would be for AI to take away a nurse's job, not to talk of a CNA's job. So who knows, maybe CNAs will start getting paid higher because their value, the fact that they're hands-on. AI is not going to come into a nursing home and clean up an elderly person and change them and feed them. It will take a long time before the robots will be able to do those ones. So again, this is just to call out that it is important that when we pick the things we want to learn, please try to be very practical in your choices, right? When you want to learn a new skill, if you find yourself in a space where you want to learn a new skill, please make sure that you do your research, because at this point, the risk of AI taking away jobs is really high. I know that sometimes we don't want to acknowledge that. We keep saying that, oh, AI will help you do your job better. Yes, AI will help some people do their jobs better, but AI is also going to take away, and it's already taken away some people's jobs. So please, you see your handy stuff, do not joke with them. Take that seriously, because the truth is, all the white collar repetitive like data entry, customer service, even coding, right? Even what developers do today, whether it's medical coding or it's JavaScript, or AI is doing those things. And if you're not careful, the time will come where all of companies will want to automate all of this, right? Have those skills. I'm not refusing. If you're already there, do your job. If that is what you want to do, but I'm just telling you that you have to be very mindful. It is a scary thing to even think about. It is a scary thing to talk about, but it is a fact. It is the truth that we have to deal with. Okay, it is said that by 2030, right, millions of jobs in fields like accounting, administrative work, those jobs will be replaced by AI by 2030, right? That's what, this 2025, that's 5 years from now. I get it. So it is important that you know these things. The places where AI will not be able to come and replace are the builders, the people who build our houses. AI is not going to come build the house. AI is not going to come and cook for you. So our chefs are in a good place. AI is not going to come and do electrical work in buildings. So if you're an electrical engineer or you're an electrician, which one is it? It is. Those are the safe spaces. So we have to call these things out in order to educate, not to scare. Okay. On the other side, you'll see that when we talk of hands-on work, one of the advantages of even learning these handy skills is that it builds a level of confidence. You get it? Some of us wake up and we go to work and you're not even sure that, you're not, especially those of us who work for people. If you go to this, I'm like, no, you know what? Unfortunately, this company is shut down. We filed for bankruptcy. We're done. We're no longer. You don't even know where to begin. But you see this handiworks, it is an easy space for you to start your own business, to create, to build your independence, right? Again, my goal today is to call out all our handy people, the skills that are handy. If you do have a hands-on skill, please hone on it. If you do not, pick one and learn. That is a fact. It's a reality that is going to hit us in the face not too far from now. So we are talking about learning skills like sewing a dress. Yes, we are talking about learning skills like painting, right? All of these skills are skills that will give us independence, right? But again, the ones we come and do on our computers, especially the ones that are mostly repetitive administrative work, those are things that AI will easily take over. Okay, so we have to be very careful. But I have to also iterate on the fact that AI is a tool, right? It is a tool, it is not a replacement. In as much as it's a tool, as I said earlier on, it is going, whether we like it or not, it's going to take away some jobs. It's not going to take away every job, but it will take away some jobs. So for those of you who have those skills that you know that AI will not do it, it is your place now to use AI to enhance your hustle, right? So you can now use AI. AI cannot take over what you're doing, right? That is a fact. AI is not going to come build this desk I'm sitting on. Right? But now it is a place of the carpenter to use AI to like, hey, how can I build this desk to minimize back pain? Maybe you have to do some whatever designs on the desk that will help anybody, or a chair I'm sitting on that will help anybody that has back issues too. Again, AI will help give you the ideas on how to do it, but AI will not do it. That is just the point I'm making, and I hope that it is clear, right? And as I said earlier on, your handy skills is an opportunity for you to build a business of your own, right? You can become an independent entrepreneur. You do your own things. You're not dependent on an employer. Yeah? You are your own employee. And again, the final thing before, again, this is a big topic, but I decided to put it in this short form just because I want to throw the light out there. And I'm also willing to have these conversations with anybody that is open with having conversations about the impact, the effect of what AI is going to do to us as it just becomes better and better every day. We've seen AI evolve into, like, it does amazing stuff. How is this going to impact us? So I'm open to having conversations like that. In case anybody wants to have that conversation, you're welcome to You Can Be Anything podcast. Let's have a chat. It could be a multiple person conversation, just so that we can learn from each other, share our ideas, and just be ready. Try to prep our community, prep our people with this, right? But finally, I want to talk about the importance of makers. I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, and they had an interesting guest on. And one of the things that this person said is, you see, look at arts, right? Now, we are using AI to make videos, movies. I could, instead of making this video like this, I could just write a script, or even have AI write a script of what I wanted to come talk about here, and have AI make a video for me without me necessarily sitting here and talking to you like I am doing now. AI would do that. AI is doing all of these amazing things. When it comes to art, AI is creating art that are just mind-blowing. But there is one important thing that is always going to remain a fact. Things that are made by people. The world still needs makers. So you see all of these artists, all the arts that AI would design. If you hear now, based on what I heard on that podcast, you will see that when you go now to galleries, right, where people are selling art, works of art, there is that need for you have to identify, you have to, like, clearly state it if that art is handmade. So handmade art, the truth is that people who are still looking, they don't want things that are generated by AI. They want the ones that are made by hand. So they're definitely going to pay more expensive. Okay, so it is important that people like artists, right, regardless of the kind of artist you are, in this case, we're talking about people who make portraits, and that's the example that this guy was using in that show, right? And you can use AI. An artist like that can use AI for the ideas, but they do it themselves. And that is what makes the difference. So there's still a ton of people out here who would rather get something, buy a piece of art that was made by a person, than something that was generated by AI. So regardless of the strength, the force that AI is coming with, the world still needs makers. That is a fact. The world will always need creators. So please, in the midst of all of this AI craze, okay, I look at AI to be a curse and a blessing. It's both sides. That's how I look at it. How can you use it to better your hustle, right? And how can you make sure that it doesn't take away your hustle from you, right? People who can use their hands and make real things will forever be important in this world. So I want to encourage you, if you are a handy person, please keep your skill up, hone on it. If you do not have any handy skill, it's time for you to go learn how to do something. It really can be anything. You get it? I've given a few examples of hair braiding, like painting, carpentry, building, plumbing, electricians, all of those things that we need to do with our hands. All right. So while everyone is rushing to go learn how to code, to go learn how to catch cyber thieves and bullies, okay, please know that your hands are powerful. Okay. Do not underestimate. AI might write all the emails that AI wants to write to everybody in the whole world. But the one thing that AI will not replace is the human skill. So please keep your humanity intact, okay? AI will do all of those repetitive things for us, but it's not going to take away our human skill. If you have a craft, I beg on you to just lean into it. And if you don't, please go ahead and learn one, because in the world ahead, the truth is that your skill, your handy skill, will be your superpower. That is how I feel today. I don't know how I'm going to feel in the next 5 years, but because this thought came to my mind, I felt the need to share with you. And I hope that this inspires someone to go learn something out there. It inspires someone to put more value in that skill. So if you have a handy skill that you've just been neglecting, I want to beg on you to go to hone on it, okay? And if you don't have any, it's time for you to pick up something and learn. All right? This video is not intended to scare us about what AI is going to come do. It's to encourage you to discover your human side. Use your human side. Okay, let's continue to use our brains as much as we can. Sometimes when I sit down to write, I ask myself, like, do I really have to go through this when I can just give these ideas and AI will generate this stuff for me? Then I ask myself again, AI is not me. The way I write, the words I choose to use, okay, the examples that I give, these are my real life examples, and AI doesn't have that information. The data model, the model that it doesn't have it. So it is mine. It is unique to me. So that is where authenticity still comes in. So we're going to use AI and use AI responsibly. But the truth is AI will not take away our human side. One quick story before I stop, before I hang up again. This has gone longer than I wanted, but this is an interesting topic. This is just to let you know that we can talk about this for hours, right? And there will be no end. But one quick story, growing up, if there is something that we knew a lot or we did a lot, was we memorized phone numbers, right? I knew everybody that was close to me, all my parents, all my siblings, I knew their numbers off heart. Off heart. You just needed to, hey, give me Sandrine's number. Papa, I'm giving you. Hey, give me this person's number. Give me this person. I'm giving you all the numbers off heart. But today, we no longer pay attention to that. There are some of you that are listening to me. If I ask you to give me your spouse's number or your best friend's number, you have to look at your phone. Because we no longer use our brains that much anymore. It is a fact. It is scary. Sometimes I think about it myself and I'm like, what? I was stranded at the airport once. I left my phone in a car not too long ago, about 3 or 4 months ago. I left my phone in a car that dropped me off. And I had another phone in my bag, but it was a brand new phone. It had no contacts on it. Truth be told, I stood there and I could not remember the phone numbers of my daughter, none of my siblings, none of my friends. I blacked out. Again, I don't know if that was because of the stress of that moment, like, hey, I've lost my phone, I cannot tell. But at the same time, even when I was calm and I got on the plane, I was thinking about it. I'm like, how come it is this hard for me to remember the phone numbers of the people that are this close to me? So this thing just kept telling me, like, hey, so babes, we are losing our minds. We are not using our brains anymore. Because most of these gadgets are here to just do things for us. It is limiting us. It's limiting how much we use our brains. And to me, it is a cause for concern. Right? That's why till date, I listen to audiobooks, but at the same time, I still cherish books. I want to hold books in my hands. I still want to read and flip through pages because these are the things that remind me of my humanity. Again, there are a ton of these examples, but this is just a story I wanted to share with you. So please, your humanity, keep your humanity intact. Use your brain as much as you can. I'm not saying you should not use AI. Use AI. And I'm saying this, and one last thing, okay, because I always have something to say when I'm sharing this story, so information with your people. The other day, I was listening to one of my financial podcasts. When you're not in the financial field, sometimes you have to listen to people who know, right? People who know, you have to learn. So I'm listening to one of the financial podcasts I listened to, and this guy said something. He said, if your mortgage in the US, again, this was a US standard, if your mortgage is more than 1/3 of your monthly income, then something is wrong. You're doing something really wrong. That house you're living in is more than you, right? It means that you're not living according to your standards. That's too much. That's, again, in that sense, I bet you understand what I mean. And I stood there, I was like, okay, how much is my mortgage? And I thought of it. I thought of how much I make a month. Then I was like, hey, what is 1/3 of that amount? I can guarantee you that I did not know. And of course, I resorted to, hey Siri. And Siri did, oh, no, that's not what I mean now. Don't answer. I'm not talking to you now. Sorry. So I asked, I'm like, hey, what is 1/3 of so and so amount? And he gave me the answer. I'm like, oh God. I couldn't even think. I could not even, like, I did not even make the effort to do the calculation. You see? So even as much as I sit here and I talk about these things with you, it doesn't mean that I am any better. I talk about it because I experience it too, and I come to share with you so that we can all be in this awareness, right, and make our effort to be better humans. To use the brain, I'm told that the brain is the most magnificent, is better than the best computer that you can ever imagine if we use it right. That's what scientists have said. I don't know how I don't know how to fact check that, but when you listen to people who know, that's why we hear from them, right? So again, these are scary conversations. These are scary thoughts, but the truth is, it is reality. It is truly reality. I hope this inspires you to get better. I hope this inspires you to go learn a new skill, a new handy skill, do something with your hand. And for those who already have those skills, to perfect them, and let's see what the world has for us. I wish you a great Tuesday, and that was our motivation for today. That's our message for today. And I just want to remind you that you truly can be anything. Just do what you have to do. Okay? We all see people like Mozart. We see all of this Einstein. We think that they were born with those amazing talents that we finally saw. No, they worked for those things. So you and I too, we can work and become the best versions of ourselves. Stay blessed, and remember, be good to each other. Your one and only So Babes. Happy Tuesday once more. Bye-bye.